It's a brand new day, son. Can you imagine? Hello, my lovely people. Welcome to my vlog. I am Patti Boulaye, the vlogging grandmother. And in this episode, I call it an episode because this is part 2 of Let My Life Speak for Me. I told you about my childhood, starting with being born and growing up with sisters and brothers, some of them late but all brilliant. Well, today I want to tell you how lucky I am to be from a large family. I mean, my goodness, I had cousins galore. Okay, it was very, very large family. So before I left home, I had done my society. Seriously, there isn't anyone I have met in life that I did not come across while growing up, and I mean their characters. Well, the funny thing is, I was a terrible eavesdropper as a child. I got used to them saying something like, little pigs have big ears. It took a while before I realized they were talking about me, because I would be sitting in the corner listening to adults have their conversation. You see, my mother was a seamstress. She was a very good seamstress. And she would make wedding dresses and all sorts of things to bring us up and pay for our school fees. And so all the women would gather round because they've come to either have their clothes made, but they actually, I think it's because they knew the wisdom of mommy. The funny thing is, I gotta tell you, she was quite young. She had done all her 9 children by the age of 35. So when people see her, I think her and her eldest, they look like sisters. But she would give marriage counseling, she would give relationship counseling, and I learned so much. I think I learned enough. I mean, come on, I've been married 43 years, so I must have learned something. How to make a relationship, work, courtship. One thing I liked is that they would discuss the character of men and the character of women. But I learned something really funny, which I will just tell you about much later. I learned that any woman, when pushed, can take on any man face to face if she knows what to do. I'm not going to tell you now, but God saw to that, and I think a lot of you have worked it out. Anyway, if you have any, if you had any experience, you would have worked that out. Now, my mommy made sure that all her daughters were educated as well as her sons. Not for mommy, all that about not educating daughters, because my father was against spending money on educating the girls because he thought it was a waste of money. Mommy says, no, come on, her ancestors went to war. The women went to war instead of the men. If the women can go to war instead of the men because they were much more frightening and tactical warriors, then why wouldn't the girls be educated? She taught us that we could do anything we wanted to. And she was right. Because, I learned then that the only one who is in control of my destiny is God and me. He guides me, okay? He's on the pilot, flying the plane. And I'm the plane he's flying. That's how I like to see myself. I learned that early. And then, being educated, I went to school. Let me tell you about Nigeria in those days. I don't know what it's like now. But your school result was everybody's business. Your neighbors, your uncles, your aunties, name it. It was everybody's, even the gardener had a say. So when you come back from school, everybody goes, now how many A's did you get? You get one of these across the head if you didn't do so well. Well, in my case, believe me, I wasn't so good. My sisters were brilliant. I mean, come on, when I came 8th, out of a class of 22 or 30, I thought I had arrived. I thought I was doing so well. And then I got home. One of my sisters was crying because she came second in her class. Can you imagine that? So I thought, oh dear, there goes my holidays. That's what my childhood was like. Being brought up with brilliant sisters. But then as I grew up, I realized they pushed me. They pushed me to achieve the maximum that I can achieve, and I'm so grateful to them. I am so proud of them. I love them dearly for being part of my life. I do. Somebody said to me, no family is perfect. Who is perfect? None of us are perfect. But in my eyes, my family is perfect. That is what is important. To me, my family is perfect. My children are perfect. My husband is perfect. To me. Maybe not to you, but that's the way I want to see it. I'm a positive person. They are perfect, and I love them dearly because God gave them to me. Now, Catholic school. I went to a Catholic boarding school. I was lucky that in that Catholic boarding school, we weren't taught to be subservient. We weren't taught to be soft, gentle women. Oh no. It was all girls school. And believe me, we were tough. To be honest with you, for about 35 years, I held the javelin record for my school. What happened to everybody else? Good heavens, I didn't think it was that good. But we learned sports, and most embarrassing thing that happened to me was when I had an accident playing netball, and I bit through my lip, and I had to go to the hospital. The nuns took me to the hospital. When I saw the needle, it was like a horse needle. In those days, now you have this little thing, which still scares the living daylife out of me. But in those days, the doctor brought out the needle, and I bolted. There were so many people in the hospital fighting, running after me. It was most embarrassing. Oh, it was very embarrassing because I was 14. It's just terrible. But anyway, they made us strong, mentally, spiritually, physically. That's what made me who I am. That's who I am today. And I'm going to share part 3 with you. I'm just going to continue sharing my life with you. Just let my life speak for me. Till next time, God bless you all. Thank you so much to all of you who have subscribed so far. It is very, very encouraging because, like I said, I am the vlogging grandmother and I'm really struggling to get this to work, but I am desperate to share my findings of life and how I have lived my life with you, and hopefully it'll help you some way or the other. Please subscribe. Continue to subscribe if you are new to this channel. God bless you.